What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Lynn here with another Between Gamers discussion. And I know we are late on this one, but it's better
Sorry.
than ever. We are going to discuss the Pokemon Direct that occurred a couple days ago. And I'm sure Mr. Will is going to be very vocal on this as well as Dirty. So we're not going to spare any expense. We're going to go ahead and get started. Yeah, at this point, everybody know who y'all are. So
Yeah, we don't need it.
Will, Dirty, fight. No, go ahead.
Okay. Dirty, I think you should take this first. Go ahead.
Uh, basically, it has to do this whole thing with Nintendo and they voice chat, the little diagram that we saw with the Splatoon headset, adapter, phone, and Switch console. And you're getting a lot of Nintendo fans. Um, they're not bothered by it. They like, it's whatever. You know, and you have gamers, that just doesn't game on Nintendo consoles. Want to understand why Nintendo went this route. And when I watched the video of um, a Nintendo fan, I'm not going to call him a fanboy. He's just a Nintendo fan, and that's the only thing he plays is Nintendo. So he doesn't see, what we're talking about, because his video was, why is everybody hating and upset when Nintendo got something that works? Now, at the beginning of the video, the man said, I don't care for voice chat. I don't like it. I don't care for multiplayer. I just want to play the game and concentrate on the game without all this chit chatter. This is what the man said in his video. So this that really made me upset. I just stopped the video from right there because I knew where he was going. Just by the title and what he said at the beginning of the video. Now, if you don't care for voice chat, party chat, or whatever online, I'm fine with that. But it's certain things that a company does that you just have to say, what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? Come on, really? If you are a Nintendo fan and that's all you play is Nintendo consoles, and you know that the other two consoles, Sony, Microsoft, and even PC, has it so easy where it's just implemented on the screen. You highlight a person you highlight one of your friends, you click on their name, and what comes up? Different options: chat, private chat, join chat and game, invite to game. Simple as one, two, three. There's no let me go get my phone. Let me find the cords that gotta go to it. Let me get my charger. Let me turn this app on. None of that. It's just plain simple, like rolling a ball down the hill. Now Nintendo just, I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know who came up with this dumb idea. It it's just stupid. And you should be able to call out. I don't care if this is your favorite company. You should be able to call out something that's stupid. And that's what I'm calling it. Stupid is that. Now, we don't have, the answers right now saying this is what, Nintendo was going to do, but Hori put out pictures. And this is what they said. This is how it's going to be hooked up their headset. So Nintendo was cool with this headset thing. So I look at it as, I'm a Nintendo fan as well. I'm a gamer. I game on everything except PC, handhelds, consoles, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. It doesn't matter. I'm a fan of all three. Whoever does something stupid out of the three companies, guess what? Even though I'm a fan, I'm not gonna just shut my eyes and act like I didn't see it or hear it. No, I'm gonna call them out on it. And that's what he should have been doing, is calling them out on it. He should have just said, you know what? From what the pictures that we seen, that just looked retarded. I'm sorry, Nintendo. I'm your biggest fan. I love your games, but this just looked retarded. And from what I know, that what Sony and Microsoft does is just so simple, with just a headset you got on your head, plugged into your either your controller or plugged into your USB on the console. It's just that simple. Just like with Apple. I'm an Android guy. I love Android devices, phones. Apple, they're a cool company, but to me, Apple is not for me. Now, when Apple came out with the iPhone 7, guess what they didn't add? The headphone jack, the 3.5 millimeter. And as me, as not caring for iPhone or Apple, I thought that was a stupid move, because you have people that loves and enjoy your phones. So why would you do that to your iPhone? Why would you take that away? I had a voice on that, and I don't even care for iPhones, but I had a voice, and I could understand the fans being pissed off, because I would be pissed off if Samsung did the same thing. So he just made this video as, uh, you know, why is y'all complaining? It looks like it works. I'm like, come on, you can't be that naive. You can't be this slow, dude. You can't. I know it's your favorite company, but you got to call out when you see something that just idiotic as that. That photo, that picture we seen of Hori headset, adapter, phone, and the switch looks retarded just to talk to your friends. That's all. It's friends. I can't talk to anybody else. Just friends. How the hell do I make friends with other Nintendo fans when I can only just chit chat with people that's on my friends list? When the other three has it where you could talk to random people and get to know them just by playing certain games, and y'all become friends. That's how I got friends on the Xbox, by having the 360 and playing different games, multiplayers, and talking to people. And we became friends, and we're still friends on the Xbox to this day, on Xbox One. Over 10, damn, over almost 10 years, I've been knowing these people, never met them, but we're friends on Xbox Live. And I can't even do that on the Switch. I have to have all different types of contraptions and cords hooked up around me. That's crazy. And I don't understand why fans or fanboys or whatever you want to call them don't call Nintendo out on this stuff. That's why Nintendo is always the laughing stock. They always, when they invent when they invent stuff, being innovative, they go far. It's something that, wow, people are like, oh my god, man, that's amazing, man, that was smart of Nintendo to do that, and then they take a big step back. Like, come on, that I'm done. Because you just got fans, man, that just don't care, and Nintendo listen to them. You're like, oh, they fine with it, because they. That's why Nintendo doesn't take online serious, because you have idiot fans that just go with anything that Nintendo throws at them. Oh well, it's fine. I like just playing the one player experience anyway, or I just like playing the story anyway. I can care. That's why Nintendo is behind. That's why Nintendo. That's why they not on the ball with online. And I think that's probably why they pushed this back to 2018, so they can actually implement this and find a way to make a patch to put this on the damn console because it was stupid. I'm sure Nintendo knew that was stupid, but they went along with it. Whoever idea was that at Nintendo, they need to be slapped twice,
Make it 4 times.
4 times. It just who sat there and said, "Hey, I got a better way for for our fans to talk to one another. They friends. How can we do that? Eh, we're going to do the same as Microsoft and Sony. Nah, let's be different. Why don't we take an adapter, have some extra cords, have a headset, their phone, and the Switch?" And they drew this shit up, and somebody was like, "Let's do it." That sounds like some Miyamoto type shit. I blame him. I bet that was his idea because he fucked up Star Fox, and I bet this was his idea. I bet this was his idea before Iwata died. Because it's just stupid. It looks stupid. And you got a lot of Nintendo fans just accepting it like, I don't care. I don't care for it. So I don't care what they do to it. That's why Nintendo is always in last place. That's why third party don't like messing with Nintendo because they pull something stupid like this. And I'm done.
All right. Before you start, Will, just give a quick shout out to folks in the chat. We've got Meek Gaming. We've got Chariot Man Videos. We've got EJ Johnson. We've got Sinister Tar Heel. What is up, guys? Thank you all for joining us. And then there's a slew of they having their own little conversation down here. But Meek made a comment, well, a question. She said this voice chat is to help Hori and Nintendo make more money. How long has Hori been around making accessories for Nintendo?
But you know what? With that question, she said, it's for Nintendo and Hori to make money. Hori is going to make money regardless. All Nintendo have to do is make the chat simple as Microsoft and Sony, and we will go out and buy the headsets. That's money right there for Hori. But we're talking about a whole different how to talk to anybody on the Switch. That's what I'm pissed off about. I'm pissed off with phones, apps, and about 4 different cords when all this could be so simple and Hori would get their money off the headsets.
Well, speaking of that, Chariot Man said, what did he say? He said, why are we how did he work? I can't find it. Anyway, he was talking about why we have all these wires for voice chat in 2017. Not even the Wii U had that. What the hell?
I have no idea. I'm telling you, somebody at Nintendo office came up with this dumb idea, and they all went for it. Like it's like they're in their own bubble on, especially with online. It's like they in their own bubble, and they don't see or hear anything that their competition does. It's like they don't see what Microsoft and Sony does that with online.
Sinister also made a comment. He said, what's the point of the Pro Controller? No audio jack for headset. Them fools on that crack pipe. What is up? It's me, bruh.
What up, bruh?
What up, bro?
I don't know, man. If Nintendo goes forward with this, I believe this. It may hurt them. It may not. I don't know, but I don't think I'll be using voice chat at all. I just be like skipping. I just play the game. I just play the online game without talking to anybody.
Well, here's
It takes away from it, though. Because, to be honest, I've had some of the most, especially playing Mario Kart, when we were all in a party chat while we were playing. To me, oh my God, I literally like nearly split my freaking stomach laughing so much that I was crying. To me, that adds to, the fun of gaming is being able to be in party chats with your friends while you're playing games together. So, I mean, to me, I feel it's an essential part of gaming. And again, as what you stated, it's a means of you meeting new people and possibly forming friendships with folks. So I feel it's important, and this is something they did so well with the Switch. I mean, very well. Even shut up a lot of folks, and then they go and do this. Everybody's in, well, majority, 99.9% of the folks is in uproar over this mess, and for good reason.
Yeah.
So Cherry Man said, "This is what bothers me about Nintendo. They have the momentum, but one stupid move with the voice chat, and that messes up the whole thing." That's true.
I agree. I think honestly, what I really want. This is the thing about Nintendo. Nintendo has every single card in the damn deck. They do. And the problem is that they keep drawing crappy cards. Like, it's so stupid. I'm honestly trying to understand this because, like, look, me, I'm not a multiplayer kind of guy. But when it comes to Nintendo, I feel like Nintendo, out of all multiplayer games, I think that they have the infinite potential for the most addicting multiplayer games. Mario Kart is beloved by many. Smash Brothers is beloved by many. There's just, and then there's potential. So much potential with ARMS, Splatoon, everything is like, it's addicting. A lot of people love it. Like Splatoon 1, freaking multiplayer game of the year when it came out in 2014, 2015. Well, it won. So, like, Nintendo makes quality games. They make great games. And when it comes to first party support or just single player support, I know I'm gonna get a good thing with Nintendo. Not all the time. Even when they're at their worst, they're not that bad. Yes, I was not a fan of Star Fox Zero, but I beat it. And honestly, that's good. But
you beat it. That game was horrible. The controls were so
you get used to it after about an hour and a half. But once you get it, you're like, oh, okay, I can sort of deal with this. But this is a thing. When it comes to the whole chat situation, the fact is that there's some Nintendo fanboys out there that says, well, at least Nintendo is giving you chat in some way, shape, or form. And there are people out there that just say, well, you guys are getting chat. It's just not in the way that you want, but you guys are getting chat. And at this point, look, I'm perfectly okay with using Discord or using Skype or using something to talk with my friends. It'll probably be a better experience, even if Nintendo did have chat support. At this point, like, look, when it comes to Nintendo and the whole online market, I have no faith. Honestly, with Nintendo, I have no faith except for when they make their own games. People have said that Nintendo just needs to be a third-party developer. That they just need to go on PlayStation, they need to go on Xbox, and put Mario on there. Just like how Sega did that with Sonic. And that they feel that the games would be better. Because could you imagine if you could play a Nintendo game and a God of War game and like a bunch of like sports titles or anything else like Call of Duty and stuff on one console? Could you imagine that? Like exclusive titles, E3 would be so exciting for PlayStation, and Nintendo would be releasing things. But at this point, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen. Nintendo will always, like, when it comes to people spouting out their opinion that way, I tend to not give a shit, to be honest, because that's their damn opinion. And as much as I disagree with that opinion, it's just an opinion. And honestly, what they say doesn't fix or make anything worse. Whatever happened, happened. Nintendo had this plan from the get-go. It's a very shitty plan. I absolutely 100% agree. I think, honestly, reducing this to an app is basically a big F you to all the fans, in my personal opinion, because basically what you're saying is that, oh, you, like, why the hell do I need, like, you're going to charge me $20 a year, which that's not that much, but you're going to charge me $20 a year so I can get the access to the Nintendo library, whatever it's called. You're gonna give me access to play online and to use an app. Okay, well I could use Skype to talk to my friends. So I'm paying $20 just to play online, and for extra games. So sweet, cool. I'm not getting the voice chat support, but I could use something else. So if I don't like that stupid Nintendo app that they're trying to force down my throat, then I can just choose to talk to my friends on Discord or Skype or whatever. You know, there's ways around it, and it sucks because every console makes it comfortable except for Nintendo. And honestly, the fact that they made this into an app just baffles my mind. Like, what were they thinking? But they weren't thinking. That was the point. They weren't thinking. Honestly, I just feel like they were trying to make the Switch as cheap as possible. And I think what happened was that they had to lower some of the parts to make it, you know, make it powerful enough so it was slightly more powerful than the Wii U, but not too crazy where it's like the power of the Xbox or PlayStation. So they had to cut some corners, and I feel like where they cut the corner the most was that they just said, you know, voice chat would only destroy our online. You know, our system isn't powerful enough for that, and maybe that's what the problem is. But honestly, I just don't see myself being tethered to this. Like, I can see this being a result if I'm on the go. You know, if I'm on the go, I can use my cell phone app to chat and stuff. Maybe, like you said, Dirty, in the future they will fix this. They will make it so that it's an app on the Switch and that you can actually have party chat on there. And you'll be able to talk, but they're giving you the option to talk on your phone. I don't know. It's just...
Well, I'm gonna squeeze in some. It's me, bro. Said I don't care about game chat anymore. They have their pros and cons, but I don't like how many annoying people are out there. I know not all people are like that. It's just my opinion. Sinister
I agree. I'm the same way.
Sinister says, "Show why that shows why Nintendo are stubborn mules. Don't want to adapt to the times." I totally agree. It's me, bro. Said you guys should all send emails to Nintendo about this. I don't think it's gonna help, but hey.
Honestly, I think already on Twitter people have already done enough complaining. And the thing is that us saying, oh, well, you know, honestly, if this is a hardware issue, this can't be fixed. If it's a software issue or if it's something that can be fixed with an update, then I'd say maybe writing a letter would help. But Nintendo has a tendency of just not doing it. Nintendo doesn't listen to their fans. Like, fans have been screaming for Metroid, but then when they finally give us a Metroid, it's the shitty one that's called Federation Force for the 3DS. And you're like, what the hell is this? And then they freaking market it as Blast Ball? And then they had the nerve to put that on an E3 show. You know what? Like Nintendo, in my opinion, I think they make some of the greatest games in the industry. Like, if you could look at how many 10s they got in their games, they got 10s for Mario Galaxy 2, 10s for Ocarina of Time, 10 for freaking... Like, they have countless classics. Better than most companies out there. Honestly, they have a whole bunch of classics. They have the most memorable characters, the most recognizable characters. They're even getting their own theme park. That's how big Nintendo is. But at the same time, Nintendo is trying to cater to everyone. And honestly, sacrifices, I guess, got to be made. They don't want it to be too complicated, but then again, they don't want it to be too... I don't know what the hell. Whoever is in the staff, like, look, the Switch is a fantastic idea. But what pisses me off is that right now, I understand that it's only the first year and things are going to get better, hopefully better. Based on this E3, This E3 they better impress, because if they do not impress, oh my freaking god. Oh my god, because it's already been confirmed that their E3 is only a half hour long plus the treehouse.
Yeah.
That is it. And that pisses me off. Now, unless if it's a rapid fire kind of thing, because what pissed me off is that, whoo, okay, I'll get to it. Huh?
Will, you did not let me finish.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry, I went on a
Shout out to
tangent.
Lisa Howard. What up, Lisa?
What up?
Let's see. Sinister said the head honchos need to retire, bring in new blood so they can compete with the big two. Chariot Man said, and how are we going to use voice? Shake my head. Let's see. Meek said if it's a little kid whose parents didn't buy them a phone and won't let them use their phone, how are they supposed to do the voice chat with their friends?
I don't want children online.
Here's the thing right here. How many children out there have the Switch? How many kids out here, you know what I'm saying, that small, that don't have their own phone? I ain't talking about like 12, 13-year-old that had their own phone. I'm talking about a 6 to 10-year-old they got a Switch. Because hell, I didn't run into them when I was on the Wii U. So how the hell they skip the Wii U, play on the 360 talking trash, but now all of a sudden they want to switch? Like, come on, Nintendo. It's barely kids that want your console. It's kids out here that want to play Grand Theft Auto. They don't want to play no damn Mario Odyssey. Because Mario Odyssey to them is hard. Hell, Mario side scroller, they gave to kids to play, and they had the toughest time getting to the flag on level 1-1. But you put the PlayStation or the Xbox in their hand and Grand Theft Auto, oh, they know how to do everything. They know how to bring the helicopter down. They know how to call for backup. They know how to shoot people.
I want to run away. I want to run over that guy.
When it comes to something simple as a Mario game, they couldn't even get to the damn flag without losing all their men. Like, come on, Nintendo. It ain't the many young people playing your console. It's more adults playing your consoles than kids. All the kids are over on Sony and Microsoft playing Call of Duty and Battlefield, because half the time I hear them talking trash, and I'm like, shouldn't you be asleep?
That's funny.
Chariot Man said dirty pissed.
Dirty is pissed. I mean, honestly, this is something to be pissed about.
I'm pissed because it's just so simple. That's just like me going to the store and buy a frozen pizza, but I want to cook it a whole different way instead of just turning on my oven and putting it in there. I want to build a fire in the middle of my kitchen and cook it that way. When I could just turn on the oven, throw it in there, 20 minutes later it's done. I'm doing a whole extra in my kitchen, damn near about to burn the place down, just to cook a frozen pizza.
This is another problem. I think the best way to speak to Nintendo on this issue is with the wallets. You can't buy their stuff. If they don't deliver on customer demands, they think that they're delivering on customer demands because we keep buying their stuff the moment that they release it. We want everything that they give us, but they never give us what we really want. And we demand all this stuff, and then they don't give it to us, but we still buy it anyway. And this is the problem. So, like, for example, if the Switch doesn't have party chat and party chat is absolutely a necessity, don't buy the Switch. If Switch has no games for you right now, then don't buy the Switch. If you really want Nintendo to really, really feel the wrath of the fans, you gotta freaking tell them, look, if you are not gonna give me voice chat, if you are not gonna keep up with the times, you're not the console for me anymore. that's what has to be done. But we keep buying their consoles. Me, I love Nintendo first party support. And what bothers me is that I can't resist it. I love it. Nintendo is fun. Nintendo is the only console right now that is making me have so much fun. It's giving me what I need single player wise. And
Will,
what? I'm sorry.
it's me, bruh, made a nice comment. It says it's like Nintendo was Patrick and you're trying to reason with him.
Pretty much. He's like, wait, let me do my Patrick. Let me do my Patrick impersonation. Wait, let me see. He says, this is your wallet. Yeah. Or no, he's like, no, it's not my wallet. But it has your ID on it. Oh, yeah. Are you Patrick Star? Yep, that's me. They'll be like, okay, so I found this ID in this wallet, so therefore this must be your wallet. Nope, that's not my wallet. That's pretty much what it is. That's the perfect conversation. Is that that Man Ray, whatever, from SpongeBob talking to Patrick about the whole wallet thing? That is the perfect description of talking to Nintendo. Nintendo is like Patrick is a likable character. Patrick is a funny character. Patrick is like represents just laughter and fun, but at the same time, he's annoying if you deal with him for too long. I love you. You know, he could give you a good laugh. You can have fun with him, but at the same time, he will be annoying and give you a headache. You will totally be a Squidward next to a Patrick. And that's what Nintendo is. If I could take that into if I could put that into an analogy, I guess that would be the best way to put it. Is that way. But damn it, Nintendo. But at this point, I'm more worried. At this point, when it comes to the voice chat, I think honestly Nintendo is getting all the bad news out of the way, and I'm hoping that they have a good E3. I hope that they announce something next year, but I have a feeling it's all going to be games from this year. All of it.
Now, see, this is what's crazy. You know, we was all looking to hoping that we'd hear something about, you know, the online and you know the voice chat and everything, either in the direct or at the treehouse. And it's like now we're not going to hear anything about this until next year, because you know Nintendo don't like to talk until you know what I'm saying 10 days before it's supposed to arrive. Then
Yeah.
they spill the beans.
Yeah.
So we're not going to hear anything now. It's like online, whatever they plans they was going to do is dead until 2018.
Mm-hmm.
January 1st, it's going to wake up, and we still got to wait to see when they're going to announce something, which is ridiculous. All Nintendo have to do is just make it simple, make it like the Xbox, where if I am playing a multiplayer game, not per se Nintendo, let's just say a third party, and say it's somebody in there that I don't care to listen to. Guess what I can do? Go to their name and hit mute. I don't hear them anymore. It's just as simple as 1, 2, 3. Microsoft put it together. Sony followed it. Why Nintendo can't follow it? Everything is there for you. If somebody is want to bully you or you know talk negative or perverted or whatever, guess what you could do? You can mute that person. You can also block that person on the other consoles. Why can't Nintendo just do that? What is so hard with doing that? Like, you know what? I'm sick of this dude, you know, yapping at the mouth because he just yapping. He's being negative. We trying to have a good time in here. You know what? Let me mute him. I don't got to hear him no more. And so whoever else is, you know, online with me playing, that's like, yeah, I'm gonna mute him too. So guess what? We don't hear that person no more because now they talking to themselves.
Shout out to Miss K. What up, Miss K?
What up, Miss Kai?
Yeah, so I'm really hoping that that is for like something like on the go. But what really pissed me off is when I seen that video, dude, that's fine if you don't care about voice chat. That's fine. I don't care. But when your company does something stupid like this and you actually see the pictures and you think it's okay, like, oh yeah, that's okay. You know, they got voice chat. But you can look at the other two consoles and PC and there's nothing going on like that. It's just smooth. But then you come back and look at this picture, and you like, what? Who thought of this? Who thought this was cool? And why are some of the Nintendo fans agreeing with this? Even if you don't like it, you still should call Nintendo out. Like, Nintendo, really, this looks terrible. This looks ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, how long are these cords going to be? Everybody don't sit close to their console. Some people sit maybe 10, 15 feet away on their couch. Their couch is on the other side of the wall and their TV is on the other side of the wall that they facing. So you mean to tell me that these people have inconvenienced themselves and get up and move 5 feet in front of their TV and console just to hook everything up with a phone? And then you got to have your phone charger because 9 times out of 10, when you're going to play online, who's thinking, well, you know, I'll be playing online in about an hour. Let me plug up my phone so I can have some juice.
And that's an extra cord right there.
Right. That's extra. There go another extra cord because now I'm opening up the app like, damn, I only got 30% power left. Well, let me go get my charger. Uh, Let me go try to get close to this outlet so I can plug my phone up and still be able for the cords to reach over to the switch.
Quick shout out. Shout out to Dre.
What
Hi,
up?
Dre. Miss K has a question. She said, "Do y'all think it'll be different in dock mode?"
I hope that it is because I do not want to be tethered because you can't plug it into your controller as far as we know. There's no way to plug it into a controller unless if they're going to make it through the USB-C port on the controller. So then there'll be that, but and there's a potential in that. But if that's not true, like if that's not the case, and we have to rely on a wired plugged into the actual Switch console while you're sitting, you can't sit in your couch.
That's why I was
like
saying.
Honestly, you can't sit in your couch. So it's stupid. So I mean, honestly, and you know what's stupid? What makes it even more stupid is that you have to plug it to your phone, but then you also got to plug it into the Switch. You have to plug another plug into your headset, put the headset on your head, and if your phone is running out of battery, you have to plug that phone in, which makes you super attached to the TV. It just depends on how your setup is. But I mean, it's possible. I mean, I can make it work in my setup. I can make it work, but at the same time, I can't make it work in my living room because my TV is way too far from the couch. So that means I would have to get a separate chair, put it next to the TV, and be uncomfortable just to play multiplayer. It's just it's stupid, and they don't make it easy.
But
and
more comments. Dre said, "Child, so many people are pissed at Nintendo for that Pokemon Direct." Yes, Dre. And you know what? We haven't even finished discussing the Direct itself. We still on the damn party chat.
Yeah, we haven't started that yet.
Meek said, "I want to know how it's going to work in dock mode." That's what Miss K said. Miss K said, "Or is it just on the go? The phone app thingy that is." It's me, bro. Said Nintendo will have to switch what they are doing. Jay said, "I don't know why they just did. Why did just make it? Okay, Dre. Why didn't they just make it built into the system, the voice chat? They should have did that. They should have done that. That's why I don't understand it. You would think that maybe a software update would
So,
fix this.
uh,
I don't
that's
know exactly. I don't know the inner workings of how they have this. If they could push a software update or something like that to get this working the way it should be.
but see, this is what I don't understand because even Dr. Trey, he even said it that this looked crazy, but he says why wouldn't Nintendo just use Bluetooth because it's Bluetooth built in? And I knew I'm like
Yeah, but
this.
it's only for the controllers.
Like, why couldn't we just use wireless headset?
Maybe we can, and we don't know. I mean, honestly, okay, they're probably gonna say, "Oh, well, you can use Bluetooth on your phone, and then you could have wireless. You could buy a Bluetooth headset for your phone, use the wireless, use the app that way, plug your phone." You know, that's what they're gonna do. But
You know, like I said, and we can move on from this and go to the Pokemon, but it's just that just seeing that could be just for on the go, and that's fine. It's not fine, but I'd rather for that to be on the go because it just look retarded. Even on the go, it should be wireless headset. I shouldn't have to have these cords dangling while I'm, sitting at, McDonald's or wherever I'm at that got Wi-Fi. I shouldn't have all the cords just dangling. Kids tripping over, running past me. I'm hoping that they say this is for on the go and, in dock mode, wireless headset. It have to be because if I just got a feeling that what we seen is for dock and undock.
Well, Meek said we should have seen this coming since there's no headphone jack on the Pro controller. Then
Right.
she
But you know what? I didn't trip about that. I noticed it, but I
wait a
didn't
minute.
trip about it because
Dirty.
it had Bluetooth.
Miss K said, yeah, me too, Dirty. Meek said, yeah, but the same Bluetooth can work with the headset. She said 8 minutes of boredom is what the direct was. EJ said, screw the wires. Yeah, so it's a mess. It's a mess that needs to be sorted out.
mhm.
But the fact that Nintendo still hasn't come forward and discussed exactly how this is going to work still baffles the hell out of me because this should have been something that they should have discussed a long time ago.
Yep.
Mm.
But anyway,
And I still think fans of Nintendo, even fanboys, should call Nintendo out on this, even if they don't care about voice chat or even talking to anybody in multiplayer. You still should be upset looking at this contraption. You should. That should bother you that Nintendo put something out like this and everybody else is so simple. It's just mind boggling.
I mean, we go back to the 3DS, we go back to the Vita. All you gotta do is plug your headset in, you're good to go.
Yeah. But I guess we can go on to the Poke Direct. I'm done talking about this stupid headset.
I just want to throw in one more final point.
Okay.
So, I just want to say that we don't know if this is 100% right now. Like none of us really know. We're just assuming that this is what it is. This is Hori, just Hori. It's nobody else making any other thing. Maybe there is a wireless thing. Maybe Nintendo will explain more stuff about how the app will work. We can only hope.
Explained it well before now.
They should have, but the problem is that they don't even have their online sorted out. So if they don't have their online sorted out, they can't explain something that they don't even have in fruition yet. That's the thing. That's the thing. But honestly, that is just like literally. That is just honestly what I want to do is that right now, I'm trying really hard not to be so negative with this. It sounds bad, it looks bad, everything looks bad, and I'm not defending it in any way. I'm just saying that right now I don't have enough information to be like, okay, this is 100% set in stone. When Nintendo says that this is done with an app, which they already did say, but they have to explain what it is, because if they make it work in some way that it makes sense, then I could be like, oh, okay, we were just worried about it for nothing. We just didn't understand how it was going to work. That kind of works, or something like that. I don't see how they can make it work.
Can you really see yourself saying that with the way this whole contract
No, I can't. And honestly, right now, I can't say that right now. But Nintendo has done a lot of questionable things in the past. And a lot of fans of Nintendo can agree that Nintendo has done a lot of questionable things in the past, but somehow it worked in their favor. So I don't know. Like, a lot of people weren't happy with the Wii, but the Wii was the most sold console that Nintendo ever made. Like, home console wise. But honestly, okay, so let's go into the Pokemon Direct thing. Okay, so here we go. So a couple of days ago, Nintendo had a 8-minute Pokemon Direct, and people had their hopes pretty high, me included. People were hoping that Nintendo was going to announce a Nintendo Switch game for Pokemon.
Smash.
Huh?
Smash.
Smash what?
Smash Brothers.
Oh, Smash Brothers. No, but Nintendo, people were hoping that Nintendo was going to announce just a Pokemon RPG like a new one, or Diamond Pearl remake, or they were hoping for something. And instead, what they announced Pokken Tournament Deluxe. They announced Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and they announced that Pokemon Gold and Silver was going to be on the Nintendo 3DS shop. And also Ultra Sun and Moon are also going to be on the 3DS shop. Now, this is when I first saw this, I was very, very frustrated. Like, I wasn't upset that Pokken Tournament was coming to the Switch. I was actually excited for that. I really was. But the way that Nintendo made the commercial out to be, and then when I watched it again, I'm like, oh, okay, I just misunderstood. I didn't see anything. I was just so excited when I saw Ultra Sun and Moon. I just figured because they were showing a Switch game that this was also on the Switch. I did not see the 3DS logo, and I did not see the transfer of it going from a Switch to 3DS or 2DS or whatever. I did not see that when I first saw the video. And that video was way too freaking long. Did not show enough gameplay. That's another thing that I was really upset about. Like, it was a 5-minute video, and like the majority of it was the story of the kid going from his house to somewhere else, to somewhere else, to somewhere else, to somewhere else, to somewhere else. And that's literally what it was. And I'm like, okay. And then you see him playing Pokemon Tournament. I'm like, okay, all right, this commercial's taking a little too long. Get to the point. And then I totally forget the part. I totally miss the part that he gives the kids, like, the presents of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. And then I'm like thinking, because he was carrying the Switch around, I did not see them play on a 2DS or 3DS or whatever. So I assumed that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon was on the Switch. So I got super excited. I got really excited thinking that it was going to be on the Switch, because this was connecting with the Switch commercial. So Nintendo really messed up on that part. And I have to admit, they really did. I mean, I just wasn't paying attention the first time, but at the same time, that's what it was. And then on top of that, on the website, it said that it was going to eventually come out. There was a to be announced release date for the Switch version, and that it was going to be coming out on the 3DS. But then that turned out to be they got rid of that and said, oh, we retract that. That was a mistake or whatever. So anyways, I was very upset about this Direct in general, but my friend Dre made a good point here, and I'm gonna read it. He wrote this a while ago, and I wasn't able to respond to it, but he makes a very great point. He says, okay, if I could throw my 2 cents in the Pokemon discussion. Now, I get that Pokemon on Switch on that is not that big of a deal. I get that. But something I learned last year was that Sun and Moon was in development for 5 years before it was released, which means that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were already planned before the 6th gen was done. Now, hear me out. There are more people who own a 3DS than the Switch, and that would be a massive loss if they made Ultra Sun and Moon for the Switch, because not that many people would get it or even bother, since remakes and sequels usually don't sell well like new gen does. Also, Pokemon has never released a game on a new console this early. Plus, they are probably working to see how far they can push the limits of the games on the Switch so they can get ready for a Gen 8 release. Gen 8 will be on the Switch for sure. And who knows, maybe DP remakes, Diamond and Pearl remakes, will go on the Switch as well. Mostly, they know this is their final game on the 3DS. By next year, we'll be dead, so think of it as a farewell to the 3DS. And honestly, I have to say that I absolutely agree. Like, you really made a lot of sense into this, because honestly, I was just being one of those people that was just like belligerent and was not hearing it. I couldn't see it any other way. But thank you for pointing this out. I'm not so upset because this is absolutely 100% true. Like, when you said, yeah, I'm thinking about it, like, they're not going to release a Pokemon game this early. Even when they announced it, I had my doubts that they were even going to announce it. I was a little bit surprised that Pokken Tournament was going to be, released there. So I was very excited about it. I was not expecting the Ultra Sun and Moon. I was not expecting that. But, now I'm cool with it. I kind of wish it was for the Switch, but, at this point, whenever a new console comes out, they usually just put on a brand new generation on the newest console, and that's what they've always done. So honestly, that's what it is. We will get a Pokemon game eventually. It's just not going to be this year. We may get it like 2 years from now, if anything. But I'm just honestly, though, I was still a little disappointed in this, because honestly, I have Pokken Tournament already. I do. I have it on Wii U already. And now I gotta pay more money for it on the Switch. And honestly, what's pissing me off about the Switch is that every game that they've shown so far are games I already have.
Yep.
Mario Kart, I already have that.
Yep.
Freaking Splatoon 2, though it's a brand new game in general, it's pretty much Splatoon 1, just with little new features and things like that. Then ARMS is like the only new game that they're really releasing. Street Fighter 2 is a remake that we've already played in the 90s, or at some point we play some iteration of Street Fighter, so that's nothing new. Tetris, same thing. Puyo Puyo, Tetris, same thing. Like Lego City. Every game has been a remake, or every game you can get on the Wii, like Zelda Breath of the Wild. You do not need a Switch. You can get it on the Wii U. And the thing is that there's really no reason for people who own a Wii U to buy a Switch. And maybe for the reason that's the point. The point is that they're trying to sell to the market who don't buy the Wii U. And that they're just trying to get this in there and be like, oh, okay, cool. Now, honestly, I'll be excited as hell if they announce Smash. I would say that Smash and Mario Odyssey, I hope that they announce. Well, Odyssey, I know that they're going to announce. I'm already excited, but now that I know that Pokken Tournament is a thing, now that I know the release date is September, I already know Nintendo's entirety of what they're going to be releasing. Okay, so ARMS is in June, is this month. Next month is Splatoon, July. August is that Mario Raving Rabbids game, Kingdom Battle game. Then Pokken Tournament is the September game. Fire Emblem Warriors is the October game. The November game might be Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And Mario Odyssey is the December game. And honestly, that's it. That's it. That's all Nintendo's going to be revealing. So if I see Splatoon at this E3, besides the Invitational, I'm going to be pissed. If I see ARMS at this Invitational, I will be pissed. I mean, besides the Invitational, I'll be pissed. If I see Pokken Tournament in this Direct, I will be pissed. So I better not see these 3 games in that Direct, because that means it's a waste of time and that they don't have anything anything to show anybody. Because if they waste any time on that, I'm gonna be pissed. So, will they reveal games next year? They already announced that Fire Emblem is already in slate for next year. So they are working on a Fire Emblem game that's like the Game Boy ones. There's that. There is the Monster Hunter Cross, so they're probably going to give us an American release date for that. They're probably going to tell us of some third-party support that's coming, like the sports games like FIFA and stuff like that. And they're going to do like a quick little rendition, say, oh, look, here it is, da-da-da-da-da-da, there it is. Then they're probably going to announce the Mario Kingdom Battles. They're going to announce a few other things. Like, honestly, then Mario Odyssey is going to be the primary focus. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Direct is no new games and it's just Mario Odyssey. The whole half hour would be Mario Odyssey. And then at the Treehouse, they're going to show some of the games that they have that they didn't announce in the thing. And then it's going to be small games like 3DS. They're going to talk about Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun. At the Treehouse, they're going to talk about all the games that are already coming out. Then there's the Invitationals, which they have the Pokken Tournament Invitational. They have the ARMS Invitational and the Splatoon Invitational that they're going to be having, which is exciting in its own way. But at the same time, I'm just like, please announce Smash Brothers. Just please announce Smash Brothers. Even if it comes out next year, I just want them to announce it. That's all. But at this point, I'm hoping for Metroid. I'm not expecting it. I don't even think they're gonna freaking give it to us. I don't think they care. I just want something new. I want something new and I want something exciting. I already know about Mario Odyssey, but I want more. I want more, and I hope that Nintendo releases some info about a potential Pokemon game in the future. Whether in the Treehouse, like he says, do you guys plan on making a Pokemon adventure game on the Switch? I just want them to say yes. That's it. If they just tell me that they are working on it, they don't have to tell me what the name is. They don't got to tell me what the region is. They don't got to tell me nothing. They don't got to tell me what exactly it is. I just want it to be just said that it's being made. Then I'll be calm. I'll be like, okay, we got a Pokemon game coming out. We got a Fire Emblem game coming out. We got this coming out. We got this coming out. That's cool. That's cool. I'm very happy about that. But honestly, with this Direct of Pokemon, it was 8 minutes. I honestly don't understand why they even felt the need to make a Direct. They should have just released the damn trailers. Why did they freaking have to hype it and make it into a Direct? Is beyond freaking me. Like, oh, look, a game that you already have, another game that you already played, and sequels to games that you already have. I mean, like, really? You didn't give us nothing.
Segueing from that, Meek said, why do they put redos on new consoles?
Why do they put
tradition, but we can mix it with something new also.
I agree, but I think the reason why they just put HD remasters is that, come on, if you if you sold, like, let's say Nintendo sold Virtual Console. All right, if Nintendo sold a Virtual Console of Zelda Wind Waker, it wouldn't have sold as much as it did. Since Nintendo did an HD remaster of Wind Waker, a lot of people got it. So if you could sell 1 million copies to 3 million copies of a game that's an HD remake, that's $60 versus selling it for $20 on the eShop and it's the old version, and only fans of like super fans of the game would get it. You would get a hell of a lot more money selling the remaster. That's why remasters are a thing now, because we buy it. This is the problem with the gaming industry. We buy into these gaming companies' bullshit. That's what we do. And honestly, look, I'm stupid. I'm a person that's part of this. I'm part of the problem, and I know that I'm a part of the problem. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that are in the same boat as me. We are all part of the problem. We are buying these consoles knowing that they're broken. We are buying these games knowing that they're broken. We are pre-ordering these games knowing that they will be broken, knowing that they will be unfinished, knowing that everything would be just straight up not working.
Well, Meek Meek said if they don't reveal anything new, I look for people to start trenches.
Honestly, I just want right now. I just want something like with Pokemon when they remade Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. They did change it. They changed it. They changed it quite a lot actually. It was pretty much the same thing, but then they added the old regions. They added the new regions. Like they made it so much better. And honestly, with Pokemon Tournament, I am excited about Pokemon Tournament because they added 5 new characters, which is excited. So they added Decidueye, Empoleon, Scizor, Darkrai, and Krogunk or Toxicroak or Krogunk. So they added Krogunk. So those are the 5 Pokemon that they added. And honestly, they added 3-on-3 battles, making it Marvel versus Capcom, which I'm freaking excited about. I love it. But, and I hope the online is better. The fact that I could take it on the go, the fact that I always have 2 controllers with me when I take my Switch everywhere I go, you know, that's exciting. And I am excited for Pokemon Tournament DX. And yes, I will be getting it. Yes, I'm part of the problem again, I said. But at the same time, at this point, the Switch doesn't have any games. Like, Zelda was the only new game for me. And when I played Zelda, it was the greatest experience of my life. And unfortunately, after that, nothing is going to compete with that except for Mario Odyssey. Maybe Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But honestly, look, Fire Emblem Warriors is going to be Dynasty Warriors. It's going to be Hyrule Warriors, except with Fire Emblem characters. I did it already. So it basically is a remake of Hyrule Warriors, is what Fire Emblem Warriors is. And then you have Pokken Tournament, which is a remake of Pokken Tournament. You have Splatoon 2, which is basically Splatoon 1 with more features and a slightly better. It's like you're getting deluxe versions. You're getting a more complete version of the game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The only new game that we are getting is Mario Odyssey and ARMS. Those are the only new games we're getting this year. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you count that as just, since it's only exclusive on Nintendo, I count that as a Nintendo thing. And I'm worried about the third-party support because Nintendo said, don't worry, we have third-party support, where I'm like, well, where the hell is it? Because I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing not a damn thing, and then I'm pissed off as well because I wanted to get Ukulele on my Switch, and then freaking Playtonics is going to be skipping E3 this year, and I got an email from them yesterday that I just read, and I'm pissed because they still haven't given me a release date. I am so infuriated. I'm infuriated. I'm very mad. And that's it. But I'll be better. I'll be better.
Dirty, what are your impressions of the direct?
When I watched it, I knew they wasn't going to announce anything. What was it? People saying stars or something for the Switch. I was like, if they are going to announce stars or whatever the name of it's going to be, I would think it'd be at on a direct for E3. I don't think this would be I didn't think it was something that they would show on that direct. But yeah, I mean, I thought of it as it was it is what it is. I mean, I haven't played any of those Pokemon games. Um, I wanted to play either Sun or Moon because my nephew has it and he beat it, so I wanted to borrow his just to get into. I haven't played a Pokemon game since Pokemon Yellow with the Game Boy Color. That's the last time I played a RPG Pokemon. And the last Pokemon game I played on console was on the N64. I think it was Coliseum.
Yeah.
That's the last time I ever touched a Pokemon game. So I may grab the Pokken Fighter because I didn't purchase it on the Wii U. So I might do that on the Switch. But you know, it's not too much I can really say on it, because I haven't played those games.
Well, I was excited for Poker Tournament. Other than that, that's about it. But you think they would have taken that time to announce more things?
Nintendo like to do it step by step.
Honestly, I just think right now Nintendo has gotten to a point that E3 is just going to be just a reminder of what they're going to be releasing for the rest of this year. And then as like November hits or something like that, they'll have a direct announcing what's going to be coming out next year, like in the springtime. Like Nintendo is just going to be announcing what they're going to be releasing in seasons now. And now E3 is starting to be that like that now. And honestly, I feel like this is why E3 is not going to be important anymore, because companies are no longer are only gonna reveal games that we already know about. And if that's the case, what the fuck is the point of E3? There is no point, and it's upsetting.
Yeah, it's too many leaks and stuff, as E3 comes around, as it gets,
Hmm.
you have people that they leak everything. They leak the flow plans, they leak the games, they make up games, and it's just a big mess. So when you do watch it, you're surprised, but it's not really a surprise because you heard that this was coming out, or the company was making this game, or you know, you can't be really surprised no more.
Nope.
All right. So, final thoughts?
Mm, honestly, we'll see what happens. That's all I gotta say. We gotta see what happens. Maybe E3 will answer some questions based off of the voice chat. Maybe it will alleviate and make us super excited, or it will just make us incredibly disappointed. Because honestly, this is the first E3 in years that I'm not excited about anything. Like I'm not excited about anything because I've been too disappointed in the past 2 years.
Meek Meek said there's too many snitches in marketing these days. They won't let us be surprised.
Nope. Nope,
Yeah,
they will not.
yeah.
All
And,
right. So, dirty final thoughts.
and one more thing, like I told you guys with the Wii U, it seemed like EA is at their old tricks again. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The
They
FIFA,
upres the graphics and it's not really there.
the no, the so-called FIFA 18 that's coming out in what, September?
Mm.
Um, we're not. We're getting the. I guess the Switch is getting a thumbs down version. So basically, like the 360 version. Not we're not getting the Frostbite engine for some odd reason. Um,
That thing's got a Tegra chip in it. Why are they dumb it down like that?
because let me tell you, this is EA. Um, one is because I don't with Nintendo. I really think that most third party don't want to see Nintendo on top anymore. I'm starting to feel that way. Like they don't want them on top. They find any and every excuse for whatever to do, put a game on a console. But they will go out their way for any other console or handheld device or tablet or phone to thumb down that game to get it to run, optimize it the hell out of it to run on your phone and tablet. But when it comes to like Nintendo consoles, they like, we having issues. It can't run, so blah blah. Skip. Like, no, it can run. It can use it. The Switch can run the Frostbite engine that they're using. It's silly. I don't. As soon as people don't buy this, do not buy this version of FIFA because they're not calling it FIFA 18. They're just calling it FIFA. People is not going to buy it, and if it's not using that Frostbite engine, and people don't buy it because it's thumbed down and it's missing features from FIFA 18, like the story mode. If it's missing that and people don't buy it, then this is what you're going to hear from EA. Well, we really don't want to put other games on there because FIFA didn't sell that well. That was a sports game, and you know what would Battlefield and Battlefront do on the Switch if nobody brought you dumbass? You did it yourself. Instead of you saying, okay, let's you know um port this game to the Switch, the one that the PS4 and Xbox One have, let's go ahead and port this over and people will buy it. No, let's take features out of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it the old engine from the 360 version, and and do a couple of other things. And Nintendo fans should be happy with that. But then when they don't buy it, then that's when they say, "Well, you guys didn't buy it, so it's kind of hard for us to put other games on them because we don't know if you will buy it or not." Well, dumbass, if you didn't keep shooting yourself in the foot and just ported the fucking game, then we all would have brought it. And then you wouldn't have no excuse of saying that the Nintendo fans didn't buy the FIFA game. But since you go out of your way to say, you know what, let's change the engine, even though we're not using this old ass engine no more, but just use it for the Switch. This is so fucking stupid. Because the Switch used 100% of Unreal Engine 4. And Unreal Engine 4 is like third parties like go-to engine this generation. For people that don't have their own engine, they using Unreal Engine 4. They said that this was going to be the number one engine for third party to use for this generation. And the Wii U can use it full 100%. Port it over to the Switch with almost ease. But you mean to tell me the Switch can't run that cheap ass Frostbite engine? This is what I'm talking about. And and EA is always the one that do this. They did it with the Madden football on the Wii U. They took out features, and I'm like, why would you take out the franchise and all that? Like, this is stupid. It's a football game. And that's why I'm nervous for E3 because I want to hear third party games. But if third party is going to do what EA is doing, you know what? Just leave the Switch alone. Don't port shit to it. Just let the Switch wind up like the Wii U with no third party. Because the third party going to come like this again and say like, oh, we can't. Yes, you can. Capcom went to Nintendo and said, Nintendo, we want to put Resident Evil 7, the engine that it runs. If you give us 2 more gigs of RAM, we can do it. Nintendo put 2 more gigs of RAM in there. That's why we got 4 gigs of RAM in the Switch, because they was going with 2. And Capcom said, "Hey, we want to port Resident Evil 7 engine on the Switch, but we need 4 gigs of RAM. Can you add 2 more?" So why the hell the Frostbite can't run on the Switch? And they got 4 gigs of RAM. That's all Capcom needed, with 2 more gigs of RAM to run that new Resident Evil 7 game. And Nintendo did it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't really. I'm starting to think. I don't even think third party is going to be here. I think we're going to see a few third party games. That's it. I think we're going to see Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, 2K, and that's it. I could be wrong, but Just the way EA pulled this with this FIFA coming out for the Switch, it just made my hopes go down for third party, all the way down. But we'll see Monday or Tuesday whenever Nintendo drop their direct.
All right, Will, you got anything else to add?
Nope.
All right. I guess that'll be it, man. Dirty, tell everybody who you are, where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on YouTube at the Old Dirty 33. Yeah, got a couple of videos up. Check them out.
Will I Am. Tell everybody who you are and where they can find you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Will, and you guys can find me on my Twitch, twitch.tv/TheWillOfGaming, or you guys can find me on BidMe at bid.me/TheWillOfGaming. So I just do video game videos, or I just talk about video games, or play video games. I'm just a video game person. So here on Twitch, it's a very fantastic conversation. You guys could join in and we could talk about games. I'm going to be doing a E3 impressions on live stream. So if you guys want to check that out, I guess that's the best thing to do.
Okay. And thank you all for watching. And be sure to follow the panel below. I will leave links. Well, links are already there in the description to everyone where you can find them. Thank you all for everyone here in the chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the engaging conversations that you always put forth when you join in. And yeah, until next time, guys, take care, be safe, love one another, and we will see you all later. Nintendo, y'all need to get it together.
Yeah, y'all suck. Y'all headsets suck.